Welcome back to the Keys podcast. I am your host, Lillian Hernandez, but you can call me Lilly. So it's definitely been a while since I last posted, but I'm grateful and thankful for those that have continuously listened and found the show. The Keys is all about just opening the path to career freedom and letting you all know that there are no gatekeepers here. That's why I'm giving you the keys. I would be lying if I said I didn't feel a bit rusty and out of whack recording this because I've been so focused on video lately, and there won't be any video for the Keys podcast quite yet. I found that every time I thought about producing a video podcast, it overwhelmed me and prevented me from doing or saying anything at all. Hence this longer than expected break between episodes. But I just want to thank you again for listening and tuning in and finding the show. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here, how are you? This is a community I'm fostering and building brick by brick. I'm not in a rush to see it happen all overnight. If it does, I'm as prepared and ready as ever. But if it doesn't, I'm patient and obedient and disciplined in this process because I really do enjoy podcasting. I really enjoy talking to each and every one of you on a weekly basis. And I really feel the most at home and fulfilled when I'm able to coach you all. I've been putting more emphasis into my coaching business this year. And I have to admit, it's been an uphill battle. I became self-employed in 2018 simply out of pure, I don't want to say luck. I think everything happens for a reason. I think that blessing was intentional. It was right on time. It was everything I had prayed for, asked for, worked for in that moment. But it wasn't necessarily the dream job, if you could say. It was definitely something I was able to easily transition to. And over these last few years, I've been deep into the work, locked in, head down, not taking a chance to breathe. And then life hits you really hard. Or the world goes into lockdown and you're sitting at home alone, looking at your four walls each and every day. Like, what now? What is all this for? If I can't be a transaction coordinator, who am I? And that's when the journey really began. The questions of there has to be more. I am not just a TC. I am not the money I make or the money I lose. I definitely tied my identity to those two things, and I allowed it to dictate my mood, my actions for so long. And looking back at those earlier years in my business, 3, 4, 5 years ago. It'll be 8 years in January. Can you believe that? I'm so grateful. But looking back, everything was preparing me for this moment. Sitting here in my home office, something that didn't exist a year ago, I'm sorry. I'm very rusty at this podcasting thing. And I'll be honest, I don't have an outline. I don't have a script. I just wanted to come on here, talk to you all, make myself available to you, talk to you, tell you where I've been, what I've been up to, but also open up the floor, open up the space to allow you all to come back in so we can gather and build this community. Like I said, brick by brick, okay? So if I stutter, if I start to veer off on topics, forgive me. Like I said, this episode has no script or outline. I was overthinking it for the last 2 weeks. Like, how am I going to bring the show back? When am I going to tell them it's coming back? I was trying to make this whole big production for a launch when in actuality, I just needed to spark up the mic and talk. So here I am talking into this mic and truly just giving you the real behind the scenes of how this all works. You may get a full-on produced episode in the future where everything is outlined, scripted, questions, prepared, all that. And you may get an episode where I just feel like talking from the heart, from the mind, from experience. And that's what the keys is all about, is that sometimes we fumble our keys. Like that's the sound of my keys right now and me putting them back down on the table. But there are so many ways for us to experience life. so many doors and paths that we're going to go down. But if you're serious about a certain goal, a certain dream, then I want to make sure I'm a resource in this industry, real estate, business, giving you the mindset tips, focusing more so on the mindset that it requires to follow through, to be consistent, to be patient. Because there are times where I've done things and they fell to the wayside, and I would just dwell and live in that sadness. I'd live in that despair. Much like this podcast, much like my YouTube channel, much like my coaching business. And I realized that me sitting around doing nothing produced nothing. So I finally got my act together this year. 2024 was probably one of the toughest years for me financially, and I needed to go through that. And we'll talk about that in future episodes, but this is just a warm-up. We'll get into all the debt talk, the I quit talk, the I'm going to put my head down and grind, and if it results in success, great. If it doesn't, who am I in that moment type of talks. And if there are people that you want me to interview or talk to, feel free and message me. I'd appreciate that. I don't really have a set list of people I have to interview. If you want to listen to old episodes, they're all still on the website, where we focus more on real estate and transaction coordination. But the keys is definitely going to be a lot more focused on mindset, challenging our habits and our programming and the way that we've lived our lives that have kept us either in the dark or stuck in situations, jobs, places that no longer align with us, which also spills into our careers, our home life, our personal life. So I thank you for tuning in. This was definitely just a warm-up episode. Me showing up imperfect. I don't want to say unprepared, because I've been preparing for this moment for a long time, but even without a script, even without an outline, I said, let me just go on here and say thank you. So thank you for listening. Thank you for showing up and supporting myself, supporting my business ventures. More to come. I'm adding more discovery call openings for the month of July 2025. So if you're listening to this right now, go to my website, thekeyspodcast.com, and just click on the link. Schedule a discovery call with me. I want to talk to you. I want to meet you. But truly, I want to focus on mostly on how can I help you? How can I provide more guidance and be a resource in your life that can remind you to be accountable, to show up? Because we all need it. We all need that extra support. I'm not saying that I'm going to hold your hand through everything, but I will push you. I will uplift you. I will encourage you. I will listen to you. I will respect you. And I ask for the same back. So stay tuned. This is just the warm-up. We're just getting started with the Keys podcast. My name is Lillian Hernandez, but you can call me Lily. And this has been the welcome back, the warm-up. Be patient. We got this, guys. We're in this together, okay? More episodes to come. Stay tuned. Mondays for now is the set schedule for new episodes. And if you don't mind, please leave a rating of 5 stars so more people can hear the show, receive the show, and have access to the show. That goes a long way. And if you'd like to schedule a one-on-one call with me, so you can start with a discovery call, or we can go straight into my 6-week program, a 2-hour one-off session, whatever it is you need. I'm willing to work with you with your time, with your budget. No pressure. I'm here. I'm a resource, and I appreciate you for listening and sticking with me for these last few years. We're just getting started. So let's do this. The Keys Podcast.